Hey everybody, it's Missy. I had a question this morning from another coach about inviting to challenge groups and looking at the process and how we do that. So I felt like I should just make a quick video instead of trying to type it all out. You guys get me with bed head and no makeup, so get over it. Keeping it real. I probably have Shakeology in my teeth too. Anyway, so when you're inviting to challenge groups, it's really important that you follow a process that I call breadcrumbing. A lot of times when you get no's, it's because people get overwhelmed by your message and they check out. If your messages are too long, they, one, feel like you're being salesy. They, two, just disengage just because of the length. It doesn't matter how good your message is. If it's super long, people just check out. Like, it doesn't process in their brain. Like, we just live in a world where everybody wants the information and then they want to be done. So you also want to learn to build a relationship slowly. And when I say slowly, like, it can literally happen in one day. You just want to do it in small bites, okay? So think of it like a sandwich, okay? Like a big Subway sandwich. You want them to eat the whole dang sandwich, but like, you can't just shove it in their mouth. So here's what I do. So when say I'm starting with a new person, I get to know them first. I say, hey, this is Missy from Rocket Mom Fitness. I'd love to get to know you and what your fitness goals are so that I can post things that motivate you and my followers. So the first thing that I do is I ask for their feedback. Or if they message me and say, hey, you're inspirational, or hey, thanks for the message if I just did a reach out, I always want to turn that back around onto them and be like, oh, thanks, you're so sweet, your family's so cute. Make sure that you're turning your conversation back to them all the time, especially as you get started. So you want to ask them where they're at. Find out what their goals are. Just ask them. Just be like, hey, what are your biggest health and fitness goals? Where do you struggle? I would love to help. So don't give them a solution. Don't invite them to a challenge group. Offer your help. Just say, hey, where are you at? Let's figure it out. I want to help you in any way I can. So that's going to open the door for them to spill their guts to you. And when they spill their guts to you, if you just give them this long description of a challenge group and why you think it would be awesome, sometimes it doesn't connect with them personally. So you have to tailor your invites to each person's needs. So say you have someone who feels stuck losing their baby weight. The first thing that you do when they give you that piece of very personal information is you relate to them and you validate. You want them to know that you know how it feels. Even if you've never had a baby before, you know how it feels to feel stuck in your transformation, to struggle with eating healthy, to be stuck. You know how that feels. So you need to say, I know how you feel. It's so hard. Like, I want to help you. What? And then you ask the second question. What are you doing now? So don't offer a program or even a challenge group at that point. Find out what they're doing for their health and fitness right then. So then you know which direction to hit them from and what information to give them. Because if they're a gym goer, if they're a runner, if they're not doing anything, then we can hand pick the program that we suggest to them. So say we're dealing with that same person again with losing baby weight. Express to them that you know how hard it is to fit a workout into life with a newborn. It's completely insane. So that's what you want to validate. You want to say, oh my gosh, I know it's so hard to fit in any type of workout, because they're going to say, I'm so tired. I can't get to the gym. I can't do anything. So then you validate either what they're already doing. Like if they're running, just be like, oh, I'm a runner too. I love running. I'm so happy for you. Like, let's figure out a way that I can help you reach your goals. So then looking at what they're already doing or what they love to do. That's another good question to ask people is, what do you love to do for working out? Is there something you like to do? Do you like Zumba? Do you like pump classes at the gym? Are you a runner or a CrossFit, whatever? Because what we don't want to do is give them a bunch of information they don't need and they don't relate to. So find out what they're doing, find out what their goals are, and find out what they love to do. And then say, hey, have you ever heard of the 21-day fix? Have you ever heard of PIO? Or, oh my gosh, you love Insanity too? Did you know the new Insanity Max 30 is coming out? So bring them the piece of information that's tailored to them, that's small to bite off. So then just say, hey, have you ever heard of the 21-day fix? I'm running a group for moms, and a lot of us are doing that. Would you want me to send you a video about it? Don't send the video. Ask them permission if you can send them the video. I know this feels like it's going to take forever, but it really doesn't. And sometimes you're going to get people who don't respond or whatever. But when someone is engaged because you related to them, it's going to feel more like a conversation rather than an invitation. Does that make sense? So you want it to be a conversation. Like you're sitting on the couch next to them and you're having a go back and forth. So you've got to make your conversation shorter and give them less information, and that information needs to be very specifically pointed towards them and their needs. Like this is about them. It's not about you. It's not about your challenge pack. It's about changing their life. So when we come at it from that direction, people are going to be more responsive. So when you ask them permission at that point, hey, can I share this video with you of a couple of workouts that I think you would really like? I'm putting together this group, and we would love to have you join us. It's going to be really fun. Don't give them all the information about Shakeology at that point. Don't give them all the information about like trying to explain what a challenge group is. Just say, I'm doing a group with moms or with whoever. It's going to be really fun. Are you interested? Or do you want me to send you a video? So just little breadcrumb bites of information. So then they're going to come back and be like, yeah, I haven't heard of that. Or yeah, I have heard of that. Or yes, I love that workout. My friend's doing it down the street or whatever. So then you've got to take what they give you and make it into something, right? So relate and validate over and over and over and over. Take their information, relate to them, validate their feelings, and then you can give them another piece of information. It's like you gave them a bite, they chewed it up, they swallowed it, and they're ready for more. So then once you send them a video and they're like, hey, I really like that, I think it would be really great, and they say they're interested, then you need to go back and you need to tell them why, again, you think it would be so great for them and why the group would be great for them. So you have to make this about them. So say the 21-day fix, be like, I know it's so awesome. I've had so many moms love it and do so good. I think it would just fit perfect in with your crazy schedule. And I think it will really help you make sure that you're getting the exact kinds of nutrients that you need for taking care of your baby and keeping your energy level up. And I would love to have you. Do you want me to tell you a little bit more about the group? Okay, so do you see how I did that? So I told them about the workout. I got them excited about it. And now I'm like, okay, now let's explain the group. So then they're going to be like excited about the workout. And they're going to be like, yes, tell me about the group. Like, I'm excited. So then you explain the group. Okay, I coach for Beachbody. Everybody in the group does 3 things. They commit to do a Beachbody program. They commit to drink Shakeology every day for 30 days. And they commit to check into the group daily for motivation, accountability, and help. Is that something you might want to do? Might. Did you hear the word might? So I know it feels weird to sound, I don't want to say wishy-washy, but you almost want to sound non-threatening. So when you use the word might, it basically gives them permission, like, okay, well, I can look at it and I can tell her no. Like, I'm not committing. You don't want to make them commit right then because they're going to push back. So use the word might. Is that something you might want to do? So then they're going to be like, okay, yeah, like I might want to do that. So then you have a little toe in the door and you can say, okay, well, let me tell you a little bit more about Shakeology. So can I send you a video about Shakeology? This is what Shakeology has done for me. Then you share your Shakeology story. Short. Shakeology gives me energy every day to keep up with my kids. I was trying to eat all these healthy foods and I just couldn't get them in, and so it's my daily dose of dense nutrition. Send them a Shakeology video. Send them the Shakeology website and answer any questions about Shakeology that they have then. Then they're going to come back and they're going to ask you the big question, right? They're going to say, okay, well, how much does it cost? And then when you get to the cost question, this is the kicker. You have to help them see the value of having you as a coach. Now, they're not going to understand that you're valuable unless you have shown in your conversation that you are valuable. So if you have breadcrumbed correctly and you've validated every feeling that they've had, and then you've seemed approachable, you've been non-pushy, but obviously attentive to them, they trust you at that point. Even if this conversation happens over an hour, if you will breadcrumb through those steps, you're going to get to the price and they're already going to trust you. And they're already going to want to be in your group. Like, they're so excited about it by that point. They're like, okay, now tell me how much it costs. So you're a lot more likely to get a yes. Okay, so cost. So this is what I do. I say, okay, so for the group, okay, use the word group so they know that they have to buy through you to get into the group. Like, this is a group requirement. So for the group, it costs $160. So let's take 21 Day Fix, for example. For the $160, now this is the trick. You explain everything that they get for that $160. If you just say it costs $160, they're going to tell you no, period. Like, they'd be like, no. So you say it costs $160. That gets you the entire workout program, the meal plan, the portion control system, 30 days of Shakeology as meal replacements, and then sometimes in parentheses I'll put, it's like paying for 30 meals in advance. So just to help them wrap their brain around, okay, like I'm getting 30 meals as well. And then I say, and access to the group. And then I will say, and that also gets you me as your coach from now until forever, until you're sick of me, haha. Like, literally I put that every single time. Because I want them to know that even when the group is over, like, I'm still going to be their coach. Like, paying $160 to have a coach for forever is like a steal of a deal, you guys. Like, you are worth every darn penny that they spend. Like, that challenge pack, in my opinion, is free. Like, it's free because you're going to help them. And when they have a question 10 months from now, you're going to be the one that they call and they're like, okay, like, my kid's having issues and I can't get him to eat anything healthy. And they're going to trust you as the expert and they're going to call you. And that's your job as a coach. So take it seriously, but don't just take it seriously, but tell them that that's what they're getting. Like, so many times we try to sell the challenge pack. You are selling yourself as a coach. Like, you are the most important piece to that puzzle. Like, they can do Insanity by themselves. They can do Shakeology by themselves. But getting a coach, getting you, who they know, trust, love, whatever, like, you are worth every single penny. And when I figured that out, my business took off because I was a scared little mouse as a new coach. I didn't want to invite people. I didn't want to ask people to spend money. It was horribly awkward for me and I could not do it. Until I figured out I was worth the money. I was worth the price of that challenge pack 10 times over. People pay hundreds and thousands of dollars for personal trainers. I'm not saying we're personal trainers, but we are personal cheerleaders. And to be completely honest, people need cheerleaders in their lives. They have people that are naysayers. They have mean family members. They have the grouchy neighbor next door. Like, they need someone in their life that's going to be like, you can do this. You are worth it. That is what we do as coaches. So sell yourself. Sell yourself. Breadcrumb it out. So, and you get me in that price. Like, and I'm awesome. I mean, you may not want to say I'm awesome, but anyway. And then you give them all of that and just say, is that something you think you can do? So think you can do. Okay? You want to be, what's the word? I don't know. Like, non-pushy, but when you act that way, they actually feel less intimidated. So they feel like they trust you enough that they can tell you no. And what happens is mostly they tell you yes. So that's how I approach my invites. That was like a lot of information. You can message me about it, but I want you to really look at your conversations. And if you have more than 4 sentences at a time, you're doing it wrong. Not wrong. Anyway, you gotta breadcrumb it out a little bit, and it will build trust, and you'll get more yeses. So, ready? Sell challenge packs. No, I'm kidding. Ready? Find people to love and help and change their lives. My baby's crying, so this is the end of the video.
I was laying down. No,